4.3 miles.
Well, we need to get out and take a look first.
I agree, yeah.
All right, so we don't know what's going on here. I just heard a loud thump driving down the road, and I've lost my signal for my camera. Candace is behind me. She says she thinks that we lost part of our roof. So we're on the middle of the highway here, or Interstate 75 coming through Colorado. Waiting for a little break in the traffic here so it's safe to get out. And hopefully, I don't know what to hope here. It sounded bad. So we'll see what's going on. All right, so you called the police. What did they say?
They said that they're going to send out a deputy, a patrolman, something to see if they need to maybe block traffic out here, give us whatever assistance we need. They're also going to call, I guess, safe tow. Not necessarily we need a tow, but I don't know. At this point, all the help we can get, we just need to get this beast 4 miles up the road so that we can deal with the roof. Jeremy's not comfortable, neither am I really, if we have an alternative to get the roof.
They turn-a-bonded back down is what we're going to have to do.
Because, did you explain what happened?
It's everything forward of that front air conditioner is all up. Oh, not cool. Not cool. Definitely not cool, guys. I don't know what the hell we're going to do with this. So we're gonna have to figure that out. We're gonna get off the camera for now because this is not super safe out here. So we'll keep you updated in a little bit. All right, well, we got the police here. We are driving to the next exit. I'm kind of straddling the shoulder and the right lane here, doing about 50 miles an hour. That roof is just flopping in the wind up there. I don't know what this is gonna look like when we get there after 4.5 miles of this. But we didn't want to do anything on the side of the road because obviously, that is not safe. I did go up there to just briefly see what it looked like, and we've got the whole roof in front of that front air conditioner is just laid back. So it ripped somewhere along there. The wind caught it, and yeah, this is gonna be interesting. We've got some Eternabond. I don't know how much we have, if we have enough to get us to where we can safely go down the road again. I hope so. Wow. By far, guys, this is the biggest thing that has ever happened to us. We've had tire issues and stuff where we've had to, change tires, but we've never even actually had like a tire problem on the side of the highway. Luckily, this trooper was able to come out and help us out. Candace is going to meet me up ahead. She's going to find a safe place to pull off the road and get this fixed. Hey, have you pulled off yet?
I am at the truck stop and I just called Chris.
Okay, so wait a minute. Which exit am I getting off on?
115.
Is it the first exit I'm coming to here?
It's the very first.
Okay, all right. Well, I'm coming up on the exit now, so I will see you in just a few minutes. Well, you know what they say, don't ever let a good catastrophe go to waste. So we're gonna walk you guys through this. We are at, I don't know, some kind of Sinclair. It's a truck stop. I don't even know where we are. We are in BFE, Colorado, and I think we're still about an hour out from where we need to be. We haven't gone up to the roof yet, but the plan here is just to take some Eternabond and do what we can up there to keep this thing down. We're going tonight to Brush, Colorado, and then we're going to stay 2 nights there, and then we were headed on to Colorado Springs. Now, I don't know if that's going to hold up or not because we just got a hold of some friends. Thank you, Chris Phillips. Thank you very much. For those of you with a 390, Grand Design 390, he's got a 390 group that you should absolutely check out and join. But we met Chris a few years ago, and he's got some contacts at Grand Design for us, and he's already contacted one of the Grand Design, what do they call them, SRTs, who just happens to be close to where we are. He's about 120 miles away. So if we can't get this fixed to where we're at least comfortable, going a couple of days here to get where we need to be, then we can call him. He's going to be set up somewhere here relatively close to us. So luck is on our side, I guess, on this. But are you ready to see this? So it's funny because I've got my TPMS sensors all set at 150 pounds before they alarm. cold pressure. I usually do right at about 122 to 123 pound because we are pretty close to our weight limit on the axles or on those tires. So I had just gotten an alarm maybe 5 minutes previous to that. I wasn't totally concerned about it. I was just watching it, making sure it wasn't really getting any higher. And then I heard that thing. It just boom. It sounded like a tire blowout.
Really?
It did. I mean, it was so freaking loud. I couldn't believe how loud it was. And I looked down, and it just happened to be on that tire. The TPMS just happened to be on that tire. It was still indicating 150 pounds. It was still indicating red. And that's right when you radioed me.
I radioed him and I said, you need to pull over. We just lost something off of the roof. And so he started pulling over and I said, I think we lost the roof. I said, there's flapping up there. I don't know how bad it is, but we need to pull over. And we had no idea where the next exit was.
Yeah. Luckily,
we've never been on this section of road.
Luckily the shoulder was wide enough that I was able to get fully off. And then pretty much immediately we called the police. She called the police, and they were super nice. They sent a guy out, and he was very nice. He was just basically like, listen, I will escort you to the next exit. There's a truck stop there. He's like, he just said, go as fast as you think you can go. We'll straddle the right-hand line there, kind of straddling the rumble strip. Although I was afraid I was going to hit something on the shoulder that was then gonna like flatten the tire. Yeah. So anyway, so we got here safely. So we're gonna go up. She hasn't seen it yet. I saw it briefly. So we're gonna go up and I don't know. This is so stupid.
Yeah, I mean, I saw a little bit of the picture because he stood in the back of the truck or whatever and kind of did a picture. So I know I'm going to be looking at exposed plywood.
Oh, and by the way, that ladder right there has always been a little bit crooked. I think it happened shortly after we bought it. But now, so this side of the ladder has always been a little bit crooked. Now the other side is starting to bow in as well. So I think this ladder is going to be short-lived as well.
Well, they have to take it off to put a new roof on.
That's true. So I guess we'll just get a new ladder too. I guess I could have taken the bag from you. Sorry. All right. What do you think?
Good golly.
Yeah. Who knows?
And really, okay, so yesterday was 91-ish degrees in, where were we? North Platte, Nebraska. We looked at the weather for here, 105 today. Seriously, why does this have to happen on the 105 degree day? Luckily, there's no humidity. It's only about 25%.
Well, you know how it goes, right? When it rains, it pours. So here we go, guys. Here's I know I showed you a little bit earlier, but here's a little bit better now. There's
some lap seal.
It's not good. So let's see. Did we actually lose the antenna?
Yep. I watched.
Shit, that is sticky as hell.
I watched the antenna fly.
Hang on. Look at that, guys. I didn't realize that was still going to be sticky as shit. I lost the flip-flop. Okay, anyway, so you said you saw the antenna.
I saw the antenna actually fly off. That's what first clued me in. I thought it was like a branch that was up here. And then I noticed kind of some flapping, and that's when I radioed you, and then I noticed way more flapping.
So, you know what's funny? I literally, when was I up here? Was it yesterday? Either yesterday or the day before, I was just up here inspecting all of that sealant up there, and I got down on my hands and knees and went all the way across, and everything was fine. So I don't know where the initial rip started, but I can tell you that the lap sealant job up there looked good. I didn't see any tears anywhere along there, along that crease or anything. So who knows where this came from? This is a new one for me. I mean, I know I'm an RV tech, but come on, guys, this is not my forte right here. Right? But we're gonna get it taped down the best we can, and then we're gonna hit on down the road.
Short ones?
Give me about 6 inches.
Your 6 inches or mine?
She's so funny, guys. Well, there's definitely nothing pretty about this.
It is not.
Although, I might actually consider this more watertight than it was when Grand Design gave it to us from the factory. They're probably going to give us some help in the next couple of days. I don't know. So hopefully they don't watch that part.
So that was the question. Are we going to try to connect with them? You want to drive over there?
I guess it depends. I think what we need to do is maybe drive a little bit, pull off again somewhere safe, see what this looks like.
Okay.
And just make, just take it as it goes.
Okay.
All right, guys, so what do you think? This is my amateur attempt here to seal up our roof. I don't know. I think it'll hold. I mean, that Turnabond, there's a reason they call it a Turnabond, right? And that's pretty much the leading edge of everything, is that a Turnabond on the front there. So I think we're gonna be all right. We're gonna roll all of this down. I knew we kept that for a reason, even though I really never had plans of ever doing any more roof work, because I thought that if anything, if I ever have to, or when I have to reseal this roof at some point, we were just gonna go with a whole new roof and probably a roof armor or something. So I think that timeline just got accelerated.
So aren't you glad that we did not deal with that solar panel the other day?
Yeah, well, a little bit of a spoiler alert here is we are getting some updated solar back here in the back. It's basically going to go where that third solar panel is there. That's the factory one, which blows ass, by the way, Grand Design. I don't know why you use those. And so we were going to replace that one, which is I think 330. And we were going to put 800 watts of solar back there. And actually we were going to start that project here in about 3 or 4 days. But that's obviously going to be put off indefinitely at this point. So I don't know when that's going to happen. I think the next month or so of our plans at least probably just got put on hold. I know you do a lot of planning, and now you're going to have to do a lot of replanning.
I only have locations planned for right now.
Oh, all right. Well, that's not bad. So I'm letting her do that because, well, I don't know. She just started doing it. All right. I think we're just about done here. And then the plan is going to be, and I'm sorry about the audio here, guys, because our other camera died, which is where our mics are attached to. I don't even think they can sync with this camera. That's why the audio is terrible. But we're going to get on the road, and I think what we're going to do is we're going to drive down a little ways to the next safe stopping point. We'll park, we'll get out here, take a look, and make sure that everything is still in place. I don't know what happens then, but we'll let you know.
So once again, we did stop. We went about 15 or 20 miles, pulled off into an exit, got up there again. Everything looks good. There's nothing that has even moved a hair out of place. There weren't any bubbles underneath the roof, nothing like that. So I think we're good. We've only got about another 15 or 20 miles to go to the campground.
A few moments later.
What?
I think we're stopping again.
Why do you say that?
See it on the passenger side.
What do you see?
I see something flapping.
All right, well, I don't know if we have any exits coming up here. Well, as I'm telling you all of that, Candace says that she thinks that she can see some roof flapping around up there. I don't know how that's possible. Honestly, that stuff was down there. So anyway, we're going to see if we can find a place to pull over and check it out again. Well, as it turns out, we are not good. That was only maybe a couple of minutes after we pulled out. I just looked at it. Everything looked good. But about 2/3 of what we secured down on the front edge has all come up. So we got nothing left to make any kind of temporary repairs on. So we are going to limp down the road here. We got about, 3 or 4 miles until our final exit. We are almost there. And it just is what it is. I don't know what else we can do. So that's just gonna have to flop around in the wind up there until we get there, and then we'll have to figure out something.
The next day.
Okay, fast forward to the next day. It was so hot outside when we got here yesterday. It was just awful, and we were exhausted. So we didn't do anything with this when we pulled in last night. So I forget where I left off, but we fixed it. Well, we didn't fix it. We had a temp fix on it. We drove 20 miles, about 20 miles, and it came up again. We only had about 5 minutes till we got to the park, so we just kept going down the road. And this is what it was looking like when we got here. So not good, right? So today, number one, we've started our file claim with the insurance company, and they're supposed to have one of their adjusters contact us today. So we'll get that process rolling. And you notice I'm doing the easy work here, letting her do all the hard work down here. I don't even know if it's gonna work, but we gotta try and secure this into place. And then number two, there's actually a Grand Design SRT that's about an hour and a half from us because I think, anyway, he's in the area because of the Colorado rally that's happening, I think next week, I don't know. But he is kind of working out of a local dealership about an hour and a half away from us. And he said, bring it on by and I will get you whatever you need to get down the road and get down safely. So he'll get us all taken care of until we can, obviously, again, we're gonna need a new roof. So that's the plan for today. Like I said, it's about an hour and a half. I don't know if this is gonna hold up her tape job or not. We will see. I don't really care at this point. It can just flap around. The SRT didn't seem to think it was gonna be a problem. So if he doesn't think it's a problem or not, I really don't think it's a problem. So that's where we're at today, guys.
Several days later.
All right, so before we get to showing you what the temporary fix here was for this roof, this is actually a couple of days later. We've just been super busy. We got into town here in where we're here in Colorado Springs, been visiting with some family, so haven't had a whole lot of time to shoot video, but here we are. And before I get to that though, let's just take a second to acknowledge this site and Candace's ability to get us in just some really great camping locations. So we're actually staying here at, I think it's called Camp Hale. It's right off of Fort Carson in Colorado Springs. You can see over here, we've got the mountains in the background. Not a bad view, right? The whole campground is just very rustic, very natural. We got a really, really great spot here. So just kind of wanted to take it a second to acknowledge, again, her ability to get us some of the best camping sites that are out there. So having said all that, let's take a look at what they've done to our roof here. So fortunately, we were able to get to a dealership that could get to us right away. And another thing that was fortunate about all of that is that there was a Grand Design technician, an SRT, in the local area-ish. We had to drive about, I don't know, an hour and a half to get to him. It wasn't totally on the way, but it wasn't totally out of our way either. So we showed up there and Chris, I won't say his last name, but Chris from Grand Design met us and he came out with one of the technicians from the dealership. That technician came up and looked and evaluated up here what was going on, relayed his plan to Chris from Grand Design. Chris agreed with what to do up here. And the really cool part about all of this was that technician that worked at that dealership, obviously he was working on another job. He was working actually on another Grand Design that was getting a complete roof replacement. And so anyway, that technician asked Chris, he's like, hey, when are we, so when are we doing this? And basically Chris told him, listen, we're doing this now because these guys are on the road, they're traveling, they need to get on down the road. So I really appreciate him kind of putting that out there and basically just telling this guy, listen, let's just do it now and get him on the road. So anyway, we were really fortunate to have Chris in the area. We were really fortunate that that dealership was able to get us in and do this work. Now, like I mentioned, there was another rig, a Momentum, huge Momentum, getting a new roof, and they just happened to have this extra piece that they had cut off from that roofing material, and it fit perfectly up here for a patch. Now, this isn't the prettiest thing in the world, right? As we can see, it's really cobbled together up here. But the key is that it is watertight and we don't have to worry about this thing leaking until we can get a new roof, which I'm going to talk about here in just a minute. And so basically what he did was he laid this strip all the way across, pulled back the gutter on either side, wrapped it up underneath the gutter just like a regular roof install would be, laid it down, stretched it out, put all the screws back in the gutter, and then basically laid all of this lap sealant down to prevent it from, number one, coming up, and then number two, from leaking. So this is the temporary patch for now. And another thing I want to point out here is the RV community, right? We got into a jam, we reached out to our RV community, and we belong to a Grand Design 390 group run by one of our close friends, and he was actually the one that put us in contact with Chris from Grand Design. So thank you to Chris Phillips, who is the owner of that Grand Design 390 Facebook group, for hooking us up with that. And then also, again, I know that I've mentioned this several times in the past, I reached out to Cody over at Untethered because I knew that they had gone through this before, and I wanted to kind of get his advice for a temporary repair before we could get to the dealership. And so he kind of walked through what he did and what worked for him. So both of those guys came in huge for us. Again, the RV community has always stepped up for us when we've been in a jam, and we've read lots of stories about the RV community just helping each other out when they're in a jam. All right, so enough about that. Let's move on to what we're gonna do permanently about this roof. So I'm not quite sure how this happened, but someone reached out to us via Facebook Messenger because somehow they found out that we were having an issue here with our roof, and that we were possibly interested in getting the Flex Armor put down. More on that to come. Like I said, I'm not sure how he got our information. I can't remember the name of the business, but once we get all that nailed down and we're actually on location, we'll let you know who that is, what company that is that's gonna do this for us. But he reached out to us. He's up in Casper, Wyoming, and he sent us a message saying, listen, if you can get up here by the end of the month, I have got an opening for you and we can get a Flex Armor roof installed. So that is just another thing that really worked out in our favor here, and we are on his calendar to get up there later this month and get that done. Now, this is something that we've wanted to get done. We've always talked about, if we had an issue with the roof, we're not getting another roof membrane put down because these things, well, one, they're not super reliable, and two, there's a lot of maintenance up here. So we are going to get a Flex Armor roof. And what's really cool about this is, so over here on this side, you can see this last panel down here. I think I might have mentioned this earlier. We were actually supposed to be doing a solar upgrade right now. I've got a total of 3 panels up here, and if you've been following us, you know that we've got a little bit of a different setup than most people when it comes to solar. So these 2 panels right here, these feed our power stations, and then that panel back there feeds our house battery. And right now, we were planning to be doing a solar upgrade back there. We were gonna pull that last panel up, and then we were gonna place it with 4 200-watt panels. I've got those panels on hand, but obviously that job is kind of put on hold for now until we get this roof done the way that we want it to get it done. And one of the benefits of getting this Flex Armor done is, well, there are a couple of things. So number one, we don't like this, whatever this is here, this Winegard antenna over here. It's just, a hole in the roof that doesn't need to be there. We don't use it. We have zero need for it. And so when we get the roof done, we're actually going to delete this. This is going to go away. And then we are going to get this fan right here. We're going to upgrade this fan to one of the nice ones, remote controlled, that actually sucks air out of the bathroom. So we're going to get this replaced as well. And then at the same time, we are going to get the brackets mounted for those 4 solar panels back there. I don't know if I can convince them to actually install the panels for me or not. We'll see if that happens, but that is less work that I have to do up here. And it's less stuff that I have to worry about going forward with one of these roof membranes, right? Because pulling up that panel back there was gonna mean pulling up all of the old lap sealant and then putting those panels down and then, making sure that all of that is watertight. So all of those worries for us are now gone because of the Flex Armor that we're gonna get installed. So by the end of the month, we'll have a brand new roof up here. We're gonna have a whole lot less maintenance to worry about up here. It all kind of works out for us. It's kind of a pain in the neck to go through all this, but I think in the end, we're gonna be really happy with our new roof. But anyway, that's gonna do it for the roof issue for now. Now, obviously, once we get this whole process started, we'll keep you guys up to date on the whole installation process and how that goes, what it looks like, and we'll probably give some tips for, things that you need to prepare for if you are interested interested in getting a roof like this put on your RV, there are some things that you have to think about. You can't just go up there and say, give me a new roof, right? So like all the solar stuff, basically you just need to be prepared. But we will provide some tips on that once we get everything done. All right, so I think that's gonna do it for this video. We've got a little time here before anything else goes on with this roof. We'll definitely keep you updated. So anyway, I hope you got something out of this video. Hope you liked it. If you did, make sure you hit that like button down there. Make sure you hit the subscribe button and make sure you hit that bell button to get notified of all of our future videos. And until that future video, well, just enjoy the scenery, I guess.